Hey guys, it's been a while. Welcome back to Sharks Academy. And in today's video, I want to share with you the trade ideas, some of the market projections, and what do we look out for the next week, right? So let's start off with the dollar index. You can clearly see that we started to shift bearish. And where did this shift come from? Let's play the weekly. And you realize, yes, we took out highs here, right? This is a weekly close. So we have this over here, pause, right? And look at this. On the weekly, we have a break. And on the daily time frame, we have a change of character over here. So now, at this point of time, this is bearish. Okay, and we expect sells all the way down. Perhaps into some sort of levels here. Can you see all of this here? All of these are your areas of rejection. So now, what am I looking for? I'm looking for sells onto the dollar, alright? Into levels like this and this. So we do expect some bounce from these two levels. Okay, we expect some reaction from this demand over here. So how do we play this game? Wait for the pullback into this or into the extreme before selling off. Right? Means that at this point of time here, this supply zone and this supply, we do expect some sort of reversal happening here. So we can expect this or we can expect this. So it depends on what kind of a time frame you're looking at, because over here on the lower time frame, we may continue to see the push. Otherwise, we will see the pullback to go lower. So next up, we have the Aussie dollar, and you can see clearly we broke structure towards the downside over here. And then where are you looking to sell? Easily selling at the extreme. And secondly, this supply over here is valid as well, right? This entire range. So if you are looking to participate in the market, currently we have a bullish move. Can you see the order flow is bullish? Maybe it's not so clear on a daily, but when you go to the 4 hours, you can clearly see that this is a buy side move. So we have an uptrend over here. We change character here. Can you see? When prices taps in, breaks this level, we are bullish. And this should remain bullish into this level. Okay. So this is relatively equal highs. Okay. So this is liquidity, likely. And we are seeking to buy into this level. So yes, we can participate in sells here. We can expect some rejection off of this level. Okay. So yes, we want to buy into potentially a sell here. So this reaction is important because if we see a move down that fails to break lower and instead breaks higher, then this is going to go higher into our supply zone here. And similarly, this bullish move is going to continue staying bullish until we see a potential breakdown like this. When this happens, we are going to run all of these lows. Can you see? All of these lows will be used as liquidity and targets. And we can expect the same movement happening at the extreme over here, right? So this is the plan for Aussie dollar. Again, we want to buy into the sell. Next up for the euro dollar, I am currently bullish. And you can see this is the break of market structure towards the downside. So if I want to be a seller, where do I sell from? Here, right? This is the best area you could sell from. And prices didn't even react, right? We just broke through. So now I'm definitely bullish. All right, we broke structure towards the upside over here. And this should continue bullish until we see a change of character, because the entire push comes from here. So prices can indeed come back down into any of these levels to go higher. That is possible, right? But currently we are going to focus on this, right? We sweep liquidity, we broke market structure. I am definitely bullish over here. So this is my framework for being bullish, okay? So where to buy from? All of this are buy levels. All right, this is the 4 hours. Let's go down to the 15 minutes. You can understand that we have a demand here, we have a demand here, and we also have a demand here. So all of these are important levels. We are definitely looking to buy. And if this push fails to break this high, then this low should be ran, right? We should see a move down. But if prices breaks higher, then we can expect this continuation to go higher, to run this high. And once this high gets ran, we can expect a pullback to go higher. Over here, we have Euro Yen, and you can clearly see that prices broke structure here. Right, first we have a high and a higher high. Then this is the higher low that failed to create a new high, right? And then it broke down. So now we are definitely bearish, and we are going to be bearish from here or here. all right, and maybe the extreme somewhere inside here if there is a POI. So can you see that prices are running higher into perhaps this supply or this supply? So both are definitely areas to sell from, right? And over here, same as well. Chop, supply, get involved. So there are many ways in terms of entry criteria. And of course, if you have been following us for a while, you should know all of our entry criteria. And I'll just run them through later on. So this is the game plan for Euro Yen, ultimately trying to target this low, right? Because we have a break of market structure. This is the low. All of these are targets. So over here for Euro Pound, I actually took a trade. And before we dive into that, let's look at where are we in price. So we broke structure again towards the upside. We have a change of character here. We mitigated some sort of demand over here. And you can see we wicked out. So over here, valid as well. We tap in. We change character once more. Pull back into this level. So now, if this tap, right, the tap into this demand fails to create a higher high, this low is not going to hold. Okay, and clearly you can see some sort of rejection here, telling us that prices are going to run this low into this demand. So I hope you get that, right? Because whenever prices taps into demand, this demand should create a new high. But if the low that taps into the demand fails to create a new high, then this is going to be used as liquidity, right? So we expect a move down into this, go higher. So let's dive into why did I get involved here. So very simply, this is a supply. Prices broke this high, reacted to the supply, and broke higher. So this is a flip zone. Go down to the 15 minutes. So I think I refined this into a 30 minutes demand. Yep, this is a 30 minutes demand zone. Prices taps in to this demand. So now aggressive traders would have placed a buy like this, stop loss beneath this low, and perhaps target this, right? For 1:7. This low clears liquidity. Can you see it sweeps liquidity before the breakout? So how did I get involved in this market? We have a low, high, we have a low. We change character here. Can you see this is a chop? Okay, chop, came back down, sweeps liquidity, broke up. So for me, this is a valid POI, right? Again, we change character here. We came back down, we swept this before the breakout. Okay, this is a very strong zone because we swept liquidity. We have the intention of going higher, pulls back, fire limit order. So how do I get involved? Simply using this. Okay, let me just shift this. Fire, stop loss, target the highs. So this is definitely my first target. So for those who have been following us for a while now, you definitely know that we are going to take partials here. And then of course, the next one could be over here and over here. So then speaking, over here, I was targeting my second take profit area at this high. So yes, it went to 1:8. I didn't take out. Okay, I was expecting a run towards this high. Didn't happen. It's fine. Right, we got taken out. And definitely looking to buy again beneath here. So same thing, we want to see the 15M change of character. Prices is definitely going to be delivering lower. Right, and we're going to see 15M bullish, bearish order flow. We're going to see the change of character. We're going to see the pullback. We're going to see the runs higher. So there are so many ways, right? Because price delivery is going to be different every single time. So depends on how prices pulls back, you're looking for ways to get involved. When we chop over here, this is the demand, right? Some traders are looking for the 1 minute inside of here. And it's just not going to be a 1 minute change of character, right? So let's go and look inside here. Can you imagine this entire leg down is going to be 1 minute bearish? So there are certain criteria that traders are looking for. For example, a flip plus chop. So this broke, we have a supply, prices taps in, reacts, break structure. This is where traders are looking to get involved on the 1 minute. So let's say if prices simply broke through, for some traders, this is not a valid buy, right? Because we got no showing that demand took over supply. Okay, again, we have a supply here. Prices taps in, reacts, breakout. This is a sign that gives you a chop, right? The first sign that tells you prices wants to go higher. And secondly, we have evidence that tells you that demand took over supply because supply failed to create a lower low. It reacts, it breaks out. This is the demand. This is a flip. This is how traders get involved in a 1 minute. So now, not all traders are looking for such a simple flip plus chop, okay? What some traders do now is they react. You want to see this reaction, take out a low, then the breakout. So this sweeps liquidity and breaks structure, and then give us a demand to get involved. This is a strict criteria that some traders adhere to. All right, some of our students over here use that as well. The next point is if prices just reacts, breakout, this is a risky entry, although it's a flip plus chop, right? And what they're looking for is for prices to run liquidity, break out, then get involved here. All right, there are so many ways to get involved, and we'll leave that for the next episode, okay? So this is just one of the entry criteria that we are teaching over here. First of all, EuroCAD, right? I took this trade and I wanted to fire another, but failed to do so. So how do we get involved in sells? Because this is clearly a bullish structure, right? We broke structure here. We are definitely bullish. But if we want to be bullish, where do we be bullish from? This is the demand that we should be looking for. Or maybe the extreme over here, right? This is the extreme. Can you see that it's not mitigated yet? There's one over here. All right, this is definitely valid for buys. Okay, this is the best possible price you can ever get. Okay, so now when prices took out this high, you can see that this is a H4 change of character. So once this chop, right, I'm definitely looking for sells into the buys. So I'm taking a counter trend trade. Yes. So now change of character over here, we tap into H4 inside bar. Go to the 15 minutes. This is a break of market structure. Highs, lows, lower lows. Supply, supply, and supply. So definitely bearish over here. This is the wick on the 15M. So aggressive traders, right, who have placed a sell over here. And this is what I did. I placed a sell here, top loss above this high. Okay, 6 pips. And I was targeting this low. So 1:7, not a bad trade, right? And then simply do the same for all. So I had 3 orders here. I think this is a 6.5. I don't remember getting 1:7 over here. I think this is 6.5 pip stop loss. Yeah, 1:6. Same over here, and similarly over here. So EuroCAD, we have a 1 pip spread. So this is around 9. All right, this is what I did. All aiming this low. So I'm pretty sure you know why that we are targeting this low. Because we broke structure downside. This is the next target. Okay, so this is what I did. Didn't get filled above, it's fine. Prices went on to create a new structure. So now, where was my secondary entry? Inside this level. Okay, because first of all, this is a 15M wick. If I want to play the lower time frame, I went down to the 1 minute. Okay, so take a look at this. So now we chop over here. Can you see? Prices taps in, creates a low, creates a higher high, creates a low, creates a higher high. Then we change character. Okay, so high, low, high, chop. Okay, this is the supply. Got mitigated here. I didn't get involved here. Prices went on to tap into demand. This reaction swept liquidity. Then what? Broke structure again. Can you see over here? So let me just repeat this. We change character here. We tap into demand. Right? Can you see this is a bullish move? This is a bullish move. Although we chop here, this chop should get us into demand here. And this could actually run higher. We do not know about that. Prices taps into demand. This demand should create new highs. Failed to do so. How do we know that this demand failed to create high? This has to break down. Yes. So we reacted, we swept liquidity, we broke down here. So this is my entry, right? This is the last buy to sell. I had a limit order here, didn't get filled. Okay. I think this was 1 point. All right, stop loss is 1.5 pips above 2.5. Where was the target? The same as I did over here. Can you see? So this is pretty sad. We missed this entire move and didn't get involved after that. So this was our add-on, didn't get filled, so too bad. Okay, and was targeting this low and of course this low. So this is one of our entry criteria. Okay, we can play the 15M, we can use the 1M for even refine trades. So next up, we have the pound yen. So why did I go to the weekly? Because on the 4 hours, honestly speaking, this is pretty ugly, right? We do not have any real direction. We are just sideways. However, on the weekly time frame, you can see clearly we are bullish. We broke structure here. Where is our best area to buy from? Definitely here. So if you want to find a best price to get involved, definitely here. Otherwise, on the weekly, currently, we are more towards the bearish side because we changed character here. Then we took out this low, right, in the inside bar. We could use this extreme as well, go lower to go higher. So if I were to break it down, let's go to the daily. You can see clearly highs, low. Okay, so currently we are bearish in this framework. If this continues to go higher, sweeps liquidity, this is the supply I'm looking for to go lower before going higher. So this is the game plan for pound yen. Over here we have pound dollar, and you can see where we broke towards the lower side and we took out highs here, right? We tap into some sort of demand here, okay, on the weekly. And with this, we expect a push into at least some of these levels here, targeting this liquidity point, maybe tapping into supplies here, or even higher. All right. So currently, let's go to the daily time frame. You can see clearly we broke this high. All right, this didn't close on the daily. Okay, so we can have some sort of a liquidity grab here, go lower to go higher. This is definitely possible. So if you were to play the 4 hours, right, you can see clearly this is still bullish, and this is buying high. We do not want to do that. Okay, we want to buy lower. We want to buy over here, buy over here potentially. Okay, running all of this before going higher. That's for sure. So play around the time frames, you realize that our best bet is definitely to buy here. Okay, this is where I'm looking to buy from. If you're participating in the market on the lower time frame, then of course this is valid for buys. Okay, understanding the fact that we have liquidity here, so we can expect this to go higher. So what I'm going to say is H4 chop at least. This, then play the 15M inside here to go higher. Next up, New Zealand dollar. Broke structure towards the downside, looking to run this. All right, if you want to be a seller, I want to sell here and here. Okay, so this looks pretty similar to Aussie dollar, of course. And looking at this, maybe used as inducement. Okay, to go into this level. So similarly, wait for this chop on the H4 or the daily, play the 15 to go lower, and this should repeat the same over here. All right, I'm going to run this low, and whatever liquidity that is created along the way up. So what can we expect? Once these highs get ran, we can expect a pullback to go higher, and then look at this move. How do I shift this? Like this, okay? So we can expect this to happen. Start running the lows of whatever liquidity that was created over here. So next up, the dollar Canadian. We again broke structure here. Okay, we swept liquidity here. Where is our demand? Definitely this level. Okay, we expect this to get ran, all of this to get ran, all right? Into this to shift to go higher into this level. This is liquidity, all right? And this is our projection for dollar Canadian. So similarly, look for the same structural shift over here. You can go even deeper, right, to run the highs. Next up, dollar Swiss. Clearly, break, pullback, break. This is one entire push. So can you see what are all of this? All of these are potential liquidity. So we can play the bearish move here. Okay, we can play this pullback to go lower, sweeping all of this, tapping into the last sell to buy, then the shift to run everything that was created here. All of these highs will then be used as target points. All right, when we see the shift over here and ultimately trying to target this level because we have a bullish move. This is all noises, right? Minor structures, liquidity to go lower, to go higher. So this is the game plan for dollar Swiss. Lastly, we have the dollar yen. We broke structure here. We were still bullish, right? broke structure here, we wicked out, we broke structure towards the downside. Alright, and we continue to deliver lower. So now I'm expecting a pullback. Okay, because this is the bearish range that we are playing. Not the best, right? You can see this is trendline liquidity, but this is not going to be used as liquidity until we see a change of character here, right? Because now we are still bearish, okay? And we are always targeting the lower side. So this is the supply that is supposed to create a lower low. What happens if prices fail to push lower? It starts to change character here on the lower time frame. Then we expect this high to be ran. And with that, if prices fails to create a lower low, we are going to look for buys into this to then go lower. Because when prices breaks down, we did not fully mitigate this supply just yet. So we can expect a move up, a chop, to go lower, to run liquidities here. Can you see all of this, right? Imagine all of this movement over here in order to tap into our supply. It's creating higher lows. These higher lows will be used as target points once we see the change of character. So lastly, gold broke this level, took out highs, right? This is the bullish move. We can expect a pullback into this, or the best price will definitely be here, right? To go higher. So my entire bullish leg is definitely here, okay? We can use this. We can expect prices to run this because we have a chop. Can you see? Took out highs, took out lows. Maybe supply here, right? Buy to sell wicks. This supply, if it holds, is going to run this low, potentially to tap into this chop to go back higher. Otherwise, best price to buy here. Okay, because this is the entire push that broke structure. You can expect this to be our higher low. Of course, again, to go higher.